Hey guys, okay, I have a visual lesson for you guys today. You are an instrument. I am an instrument. Let me recap what this chapter is so profoundly trying to communicate to us. Yes, it's about God having, we are made with grace. We have this book with the Bible. We are given the Spirit, and ultimately we are required to have faith. And that means that we have to have faith, like I said yesterday, without us knowing the next step. But if we are instruments of God, think about where credit is due and where praise goes. And just like when a servant renders service, that servant doesn't get this ultimate praise. It's just what's expected. When a child is obedient to their parents, yes, they get praise, or yes, they, might be rewarded with positive reinforcement, but it's what's expected. When a flower grows, when it's watered, it's expected. Now let me break it down with an instrument. You can laugh with me because this is my kid's xylophone. You wanna see that it works? Okay, obviously I am not musical, but my family is. Nick is very musical. Leland is very musical. I don't know if Everett's musical yet, but I know that I am not. If y'all want me to dance, I can dance a storm around my family, but I have no skill in the musical department. I digress. But the analogy, again, Elizabeth Elliot is blowing my mind with these analogies and our place in God's kingdom, and us having the response to God in discipline, to respond to Him and to respond to His calling in obedience. Listen to this. If an instrument was created and the instrument played the music it was supposed to, would you praise the instrument or would you praise the creator? You would give credit to the person who created the instrument. I'm not going to sit here. So my husband a couple years ago had a guitar custom made for him. It was amazing. It's beautiful. It's actually too big for me to carry in the room right now, or I would have used it as an analogy, but just follow me here. My husband had this beautiful guitar made. Beautiful, stunning, it's awesome. And when he was having it crafted and he was picking out the, shades of the wood and what kind of design it was going to be, after it was all said and done, and he strummed the first thing, he didn't sit there and say, guitar, this is amazing. The tree that was grown, you are beautiful and I love the strings. No, what he did is he, in front of the creator of the guitar, said, thank you so much. You've crafted this just like I had designed. You had created this from your hands, and it is unbelievable what this is now able to do. The music coming out of that guitar, the music coming out of this little xylophone, it is doing what it was created to do. And so if we are being instruments of God, if we are understanding our place is not that God would give us praise, credit, approval, appreciation. I think a lot of times we are in this mindset of we will do only if we receive. And sometimes receiving, it doesn't have to be some magnificent thing. It could just be a simple thank you. It could be just as simple as an approval or great job, a pat on the back. But when we respond in faith to God, God doesn't owe us anything like that. Now, could He bless us with that? Absolutely. Any kind of approval or affirmation that He offers to us is like way above and beyond His need. But sometimes He does that just because He loves us. But it's not expected. We cannot expect anything in return just because we are acting in obedience. Let me tell it this way. When you are obedient to God, when you do good things, when you are faithful, you don't earn anything. We don't earn our salvation by our actions. We don't earn approval with God because we are more faithful. That is simply what we were designed to do. And so if God created us as an instrument, and we are beautifully living out a faithful life and playing the music of our life and playing the rhythm and living out the tune that He designed us to be, then that is simply us being obedient to God. And instead of accepting credit, and instead of maybe you're going through some success right now, maybe good things are happening to you, instead of receiving the credit to yourself, we need to point the credit to God and say, you know what? I am merely an instrument, and God created me. God gave me this skill set. God gave me the ability to do these things. So I will give credit where credit is due. And because I am a mere instrument of what God formed and molded in His hand, He gets the credit. Just like if we were a guitar that was custom made, we would give all praise and impressiveness and congratulations and just pure awe to the one who crafted it. You understand what I'm saying? We need to understand our place, that our actions and our response and faith doesn't earn us salvation. It doesn't earn us approval from God. It doesn't earn us. We're not closer to God because we do what we were designed to do. Okay, let me say that again. We cannot become closer to God just because we are being faithful and obedient and disciplined to respond to his call in our life. We are simply doing what we are created to do. And we can give credit to God when we do those things because he's the one who created us anyways. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm telling you, this is like profound information here. It's very opposite of what the world is going to tell us. The world is going to tell us and tell you something that I've been sucked into is that we deserve praise and we deserve appreciation. Now, there's nothing wrong with congratulations. There's nothing wrong with celebrating success. There's nothing wrong with you getting credit for your hard work. Absolutely, that's exciting and God allows that. But I don't want you to think that your act of obedience to God renders you more approval than anyone else. Just like if somebody sins publicly and you sin privately, you're not a better person than them. God created us all equal and we are all sinners. And only reason we have salvation is because of his grace and because of his unfathomable love to forgive us of our sins. Your sin, your neighbor's sin, your daddy's sin, your kid's sin, everybody is on the clean slate and we must act in obedience and discipline. Because that's what we were created to do. We are simply showing up to do our duty. Okay? Bye, guys. Happy Friday.